Hey guys, so in today's video I thought I would share with you my top 10 favourite film franchises of all time. So without further ado, let's just get on with the list. So coming in at number 10 is American Pie, specifically the first three, which I class as the trilogy, and then the add-ons. American Pie is in here really for nostalgic reasons. I love it. They're just light, funny, feel-good movies when you're down or whatever. They're not exactly, stand-out amazing movies, but they're just nice, funny, feel-good kind of movies. And of course, Alison Hannigan is in them, who I do adore. So number 10, is American Pie. Coming in at number 9 is Twilight. Now, I've put this in for nostalgic reasons, the Twilight Saga again. It's not something that I watch or read a lot of nowadays. I mean, I actually did a reread of the Twilight franchise, or the saga, this year, which you'd have seen in one of my wrap-ups. I did actually reread them, and they're not bad books. They're not the best books in the world, but they're not bad books. Similarly, the movies, I don't think they're as bad as people say that they are. I think they're not standout incredible movies, but they're not the worst either. And would I call myself a Twilight fan? Actually, yeah, I think I would, because all the nostalgia as a teenager, and I think they're okay now. Like I said, not the best film franchise in the world, but I do enjoy them, and I love the not lesser characters, but I love the supporting cast more than the main cast. Like, I love the character of Jasper and Rosalie, so yeah, I just, what can I say about Twilight? I do enjoy it, and yeah. So coming in at number 8 is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Now, I know this is a bit of a cheat because we only have one film. As of time of recording, there's only been one film released, a trailer for the second one, and this is one part of a 5-part planned series. So I know it's cheating to call it a franchise when only one out of the 5 is out, but I just preemptively know that I'm going to love the Fantastic Beasts franchise as a whole. I already adore the movies. I know it's technically called The Wizarding World, but I'm splitting them. So I do love Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I'm super excited for The Crimes of Grindelwald. The trailer looks fantastic. I was supposed to be doing a trailer reaction at one point, but I just completely forgot, so I might do that in the future. So yeah, it's a little bit of a cheat to put a franchise in that has only had one film released so far, but it's my list, so I'm gonna do it. Well, where are we? I think we're on number 7. Coming in at number 7 is Star Trek, the Star Trek film franchise. Of course, I'm not talking about the TV shows here, because this is purely a film franchise video. But the Star Trek TV shows would be in my top 10 of favourite TV shows as well. But Star Trek, so I'm talking about the original movies all the way up to the reboot series. So anything in between, anything that's a Star Trek movie, that classes as the film franchise for me. I'm not going to split them up. And I am a huge Star Trek fan. Yes, I do prefer the TV show to the movies, especially The Next Generation, and I'm loving Star Trek Discovery, season 2's out soon, but I do also love the films. I would say I possibly prefer the classic films to the reboot, but I still love the reboot all the same, and Zachary Quinto, I just love him. So yeah, the Star Trek films. Coming in at number 6 is similar to the Star Trek films in a franchise kind of way, and that is Batman. So I'm not splitting any of the Batman movies up into franchises. I know there's the Dark Knight franchise, the Tim Burton franchise. I'm not splitting them up, I'm just talking about Batman as a whole. I am a huge, huge Batman fan. I always have been. I will admit I do prefer the video games to the films. I love the Arkham video games, but I love, love, love Batman, and that goes for the classic TV show, even though we're not talking about TV shows here, things like Gotham, which are spin-offs, and of course the movies. I adore the Tim Burton movies, I adore them. And the Dark Knight movies I do like, but to be honest with you, to re-watch them is a pain because they are so long. So trying to do a Dark Knight marathon is just ridiculous. They are so long. And I know I did a Harry Potter marathon, but I feel like the Batman one would be even longer, even though there's less films. Does that make sense? Just because the movies are so long. I haven't actually checked, but I do love my Batman. So coming in at number 5 is another franchise that I'm very, very fond of course, because it's on this list, and that is The Mummy. So for this list, I'm including everything to do with The Mummy. So the original films, the Tom Cruise reboot, even though people would say they are completely different, which I do agree with, but I'm classing for this list, and The Scorpion King, the spin-off. So that's all in one for my list. I adore The Mummy. Oh, I love it. Rachel Weisz, is that how you say her name? She is amazing. And I just love everything about The Mummy. I love the characters, I love the setting, I love the place. And Nicholas, what's his name? Is it Nicholas? Brendan Fraser. I don't know why I'm saying Nicholas. Brendan Fraser in The Mummy was probably one of my first crushes ever. So I really fancied him. So yeah, I adore The Mummy. So I don't want to go too much into it, but the new movie I went to the cinema to see, and I thought it was good, but not a scratch on the original, for me anyway. I would say the new one is a lot scarier, I think. Definitely I jumped a few times in the cinema, and my friend who can't stand horrors and jump scares and things like that, she jumped. So I do like the new movie, but the original, I would say the original trilogy, there's not a mark on that. I adore The Mummy. Coming in at number 4, is this cheating? This is probably cheating. I don't know if this is classed as a film franchise itself, but I have just put in Disney Pixar. I couldn't choose a franchise within a franchise for this one, so I've just cheated and used Disney Pixar as a whole, which, yeah, is probably cheating. But I adore Disney. I'm a huge Disney fan. My favourite Pixar movie, hands down, is Brave. Brave is probably my favourite Disney film of all time. Then, of course, I love Bambi. Thumper's my favourite Disney character. Pocahontas, Mulan, Hercules, if I was going to narrow this down, I would say the Renaissance era is the best Disney era in my opinion. So that's You're Testing Me Now, that's The Little Mermaid, things like Hercules, Pocahontas, Mulan, like I mentioned. I think Tarzan is in the Renaissance. All those kind of movies I adore. Oh, Beauty and the Beast is in the Renaissance as well. Coming in at number 3, I'm sorry I'm rushing through these, but I don't want the video to be too long. Coming in at number 3 is The Hunger Games. This is one of my favourite book and film franchises of all time, which is why it's coming in at number 3. What can I say about The Hunger Games? I adore it. I would rewatch The Hunger Games till I couldn't rewatch it anymore. In fact, I have done a rewatch of The Hunger Games this year, and I have done a reread of The Hunger Games this year, and I adore them. The books take the edge for me slightly, but I love the films too. Of course, I have to mention Cressida, Natalie Dormer is a big draw for me. I love Jennifer Lawrence's Katniss, I think she's perfect, and I love Joanna. My favourite Hunger Games character is Joanna. I can't really say Cressida's my favourite character because I do love her, but that's because of Natalie, who you can kind of see behind me. But Joanna is just fantastic. The Hunger Games, YA, perfect. I love it. In fact, quite a few of my favourite films and books are YA, actually. But I love, love, love The Hunger Games. So coming in at number 2, again, nostalgic reasons, but I adore these movies, and it is the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. So I'm talking about Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End, On Stranger Tides, and Dead Men Tell No Tales, or Salazar's Revenge. I know that people split them, so you have the first 3 and then the second 2 and whatever they may release in the future, but I'm keeping them together for this video. I can't deny that the first 3 were the best in the franchise, but I really like On Stranger Tides. I'm still undecided about Salazar's Revenge, but I really, really like On Stranger Tides. So what can I say about Pirates of the Caribbean? Jack Sparrow is hands down one of the best film characters, technically ride characters of all time. You can't deny that. Jack Sparrow is an incredible character, and I think Johnny Depp is Jack Sparrow, isn't he really? I don't think he's even acting. And then of course a standout cast: Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley, Bill Nighy, Jeffrey Rush, Mackenzie Crook. I mean, I could go on and on and on about those films. I love them to death. I could probably do a full series on my channel just about how much I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I really do. When I went to Disneyland Paris, I went on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride multiple times. I bored everybody, I think, because I just kept going on and on and on it. I just adored it. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. So, number one, now let's think about this. What is going to be my number one film franchise of all time? It's a very difficult decision, so I'll give you a second to think about it. Of course, my number one film franchise of all time is the Harry Potter series. It has to be. Nothing else can come close to me. It's my favourite book series of all time, my favourite film series of all time. What can I say about Harry Potter? I've done a video on this channel before about Harry Potter. Literally did save my life. The books more so than the films, but there's nothing more you can say after that, is there really? My whole channel, or half of my channel, is dedicated to talking about Harry Potter, so of course it had to be, you know, my number one, and I couldn't really have a collection room and all this obsession stuff without the films being my number one, and of course they are. I adore Harry Potter. So this video has run for long enough and it's very rambly. I'm just going on and on, aren't I? So top 10 is quite a lot, but I'd like you to tell me in the comments below what is your top 3 favourite film franchises of all time. Hopefully we have some that are similar or the same. So thank you guys so much for watching. As you know, my birthday is tomorrow, so there will possibly be a birthday vlog coming up, and I've also got a few more ideas for you guys. So I'm just rushing this up hastily. I'm unediting it, so sorry about the time on it, but thank you very much. Once again, let me know in the comments your top 3 favourite film franchises of all time. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.